Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. So what I want to do today is I want to show you, bring you along with me doing my quote page in my bullet journal. So I thought instead of explaining what I'm doing, maybe actually talking about different things that are either going on in my life, other people's lives, whatever is going on really in the world, and sit down, just talk, relax, and do some bullet journaling in the process. If you like that idea, make sure you come along with me and watch the video. Okay, so for my quote page, I'm going to be doing a quote from Narnia, The Chronicles of Narnia, the first book, which is The Magician's Nephew. I really enjoyed the book, and I wanted to make a page with one of my favorite quotes from the book, which is, "No great wisdom can be reached without sacrifice." Anyway, so I wanted to do a video talking about my experiences with the current pandemic going on, because there's a lot going on. You see all the Karens coming around just doing all sorts of things. It's not fun, and I've had to deal with some of those Karens, and apparently the men are called Kevins, which I don't agree with, but I'll just stick with it for the time being. And yeah, I thought I would talk about my couple experiences I've had with people that are ignorant and just, don't know what they're doing. So anyway, I had a lot of people I have been exposed to that just had so many different Karens and so forth coming through. It was ridiculous, honestly. The amount of people that were just so angry about different things, and it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. The amount of shit we had to go through it, being essential workers and everything. I remember one person came through, and anyway, he wanted 4 packets of butt wipes, but we couldn't sell him the 4 packets because we had a limit of one per customer. And anyway, he was like, so pretty much if I go outside the store and go back in, I can get the other packets. And we're like, if you want to do that, you can do that. So yeah, he did that, and the store manager caught on that this guy was just coming in and then coming back out, getting butt wipes, pretty much. And anyway, on the 4th go, just before he got to the register, the manager said, when he comes through again, you can't sell him that because, shortages and everything, and if he throws up a fit, just get me. So I came back through with the 4th pack, and then anyway, then I said to him, "Oh, sorry, you won't be able to purchase that packet." And he was just like, "Why is that?" And when he said that, the manager came over and literally talked to him for 10 minutes. And he was yelling and putting up a fight because he couldn't get his 4th packet of butt wipes. It was just, And pretty much the manager was like, "Well, we have restrictions in for a reason. You're not the only person that's affected. Get off your high horse." And so that was a fun experience. And I was just standing there next to him like, "Oh, I don't want to be a part of this. Get me out of here. This is so nerve-wracking. Please." But it was alright. God, it feels like there's so many people, so many experiences, but I can't think of any at the moment. Oh yeah, there was one experience where a customer came through and he walked past an Asian guy, and like jumped, like pretending to be scared and like thinking it was the funniest joke ever that he jumped because he was scared. It was not funny. I did not laugh. I just smiled at him and was like, like in my head, like, go away, like that was not funny. You're not the comedian here. Yeah. And even then, like, a girl that I was working with, she like got yelled at because she sneezed, and I was like, oh, I don't think sneezing has anything to do with corona, but you do you, Karen. You get up random employees for sneezing even though they weren't even sneezing on you. If they were sneezing on you, that'd be a different story, but no, they weren't sneezing on you, love. Oh, I remember this one customer came through and he accidentally dropped a bag of like, I think it was like tortillas on the ground. And anyway, like it was packaged, so like there was no fuss. And anyway, he said to me, like passing me the tortillas, would you take that if it dropped on the ground? And I said, yeah, because it's packaged, like there's nothing wrong with it if it's packaged, like you can easily just wipe it down. And he was like, no, you shouldn't take it, it's got all these things on the ground. And I was like, I was thinking it's packaged and like you can wipe it down if you think there's an issue with it being dropped on the floor. And I have a feeling like half the things you've just bought have been dropped on the floor at some point or another. Like, come on, like. Anyway, that was a fun experience, being yelled at because I would say that I'd take something that was dropped on the floor because it was packaged and there was no issue with it whatsoever. Yeah, it was, the whole coronavirus situation was just an interesting experience, and honestly it would be something that I would look back at the rest of my life like, what the hell was this year? It's been crazy, honestly. I just can't believe what's going on and everything. I'm just so, shell shocked as to what has actually happened. There was this lady that came through. This is not like a Karen story, but it's somewhat kind of still funny. Like, because I remember seeing like a whole like thread of like photos where people were wearing like different things as face masks, and like there was like the guy like walking around in a scuba suit and everything. And I wish I had something like that came into like my store, but no. We had this one lady that came through and she was wearing like a sleeping mask as a face mask. That was kind of funny. But I saw her a couple of weeks ago and she's now got a face mask, an actual proper face mask. Which, that was good. Oh, good for her upgrading from a sleeping mask to like a face mask. Then, yeah, when like the whole like lockdown came in, like that like kind of freaked me out like so much. Like we had all these like new rules we had to follow, and then even like trying to get customers to follow the new rules. It was just crazy trying to get people to follow all these rules, and no one wanted to follow them because apparently they didn't make sense, and like some of them didn't, but at the same time it was like if you actually followed them properly they would actually make a lot more sense. But because you don't follow them, you're not, like there's one rule where like you couldn't like it'd be advised that you stay like 1.5 meters away from people when you go shopping and everything. And anyway, like sometimes it would be that busy that it'd just like be ridiculous. You wouldn't be able to like, it like gets busy, like especially during the day, and like no one really cared about that. They just like went in whenever they wanted to. They didn't look at like when busy times were, and then like when they got to register and like they had to space out, people were like, well, why are you getting us to do it here when the rest of the store you didn't have to? And it's like, you do, you just don't want to follow the rules. And then like we weren't allowed to pack bags, which like I wasn't complaining because half the bags are absolutely disgusting. And people were like, well, what's the point of having to not bag bags when we pass them to you anyway? And it's like, well, maybe if you don't pass them to me, I don't have to touch them. How about that? And then even then, like sometimes like the food that they had was like touching the stuff that they had in the bag, like had the stuff. The food that they had in the trolley was touching the bags because they literally had the bags in the trolley. So then I was like, oh well, pretty much half the food has already touched the bags, the gross bags, so no point in saving me. Ah well, but it was fun. Fun while it lasted. Yeah, and then we got the face shields after a bit, so then we didn't really care too much. Well, we still care, but we don't really care too much about it. Like we was like, we can't be bothered yelling at people different rules when they don't want to listen. They're just going to be rude about it. They're just going to think that everything's just taking too long with all these new rules and everything, which it is, but it's for your own safety. Like, we don't care that you have to stay here for longer. You just say you need to be safe. Like, we want to help you be safe. Yeah, and then we got the face shields after a bit, so then we didn't really care too much. Well, we still care, but we don't really care too much about it. Like we was like, we can't be bothered yelling at people different rules when they don't want to listen. They're just going to be rude about it. They're just going to think that everything's just taking too long with all these new rules and everything, which it is, but it's for your own safety. Like, we don't care that you have to stay here for longer. You just say you need to be safe. Like, we want to help you be safe. Oh yeah, I just remembered when COVID first like kind of hit like Australia, it really like it didn't freak me out because I thought, oh, it's just another virus, like, you know, like who cares, like it's just gonna be like a normal virus, like people die from viruses, like, you know. Radio. Then like the more I researched, the more I looked into it, I was like, oh, this is not a common virus, okay, radio, we're just gonna you know, take all the stuff back that I had said before about that. Anyway, so anyway, about like March, April, a lady that worked in the shopping centre I worked at had got a case of coronavirus because she just got back from overseas, and well, it was like a hotspot. So then when she came back, she started working at like one of the places near my work and had served like 40 people that day. And I freaked out for like a week, being like, dude, is this a symptom? Is this a symptom? Do I have it? Oh my god, did someone come through with the carrying it on them? Oh no, what's gonna happen to me? I don't know. But I'm fine. I never got it. And at the moment there's only like 5 active cases in my state, so that's pretty good compared to good old Victoria having like over 1,000. But we'll just chill up here and make sure that none of them come up and give it to us, because I like being able to go out and be able to do things finally after so long of sitting inside. But yeah, no, if you guys have like any like experiences with like coronavirus or anything, like please like let me know. Like there's been like in some way, like for me it felt like nothing changed, because like for like going out, me and my partner would just like literally like just go for walks, but then like it felt like everyone had the exact same idea. So then when we were going for walks, like it was impossible to social distance because everyone decided, hey, we want to go for a walk, and this place is also a good area to walk around, so let's walk around that area all together. And it was like, oh my god, like this is ridiculous. And we didn't have like face masks or anything, because at that point scientists were like, oh, we don't know if they work yet or not. And like states wanted to try and keep normalcy, but it's hard. But yeah, the only thing I got excited about was the fact that like Tom Hanks, when he had it, he was literally like 5 minutes away from me, and I was like, yeah, I like the sound of that. But at the same time I'm like, but he's got coronavirus, I don't like the sound of that. But he's near where I am. But yeah, it was just a funny situation. But yeah, anyway, just leave down some comments down below of like experience you've had with like coronavirus in terms of like Karens or like just funny instances, anything. Just leave those down below, and we can all have like a discussion about coronavirus and all the idiots that came with it. video, make sure you hit like and subscribe to my channel if you really want to stick around, and also watch another video if you want. Anyway, till next time, bye.